Hi there, Henry Smith here from IamWealthyandRich.com. Thanks for joining me today on today's video update. What I'm doing is updating the portfolio, my daily portfolio update that I've been doing since February 22nd this year, I believe. I started this portfolio a year ago in 2020, the summer, but I didn't start documenting the updates until this year. I'm doing this for analysis reasons, case studies reasons, and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to, every day I go to my spreadsheet and update the figures, then I talk about something afterwards. So make sure you stay to this, stay straight to the end of this video, get my words out straight. Before I continue, it's important I do the obligatory disclaimer. I'm not a financial planner or financial advisor or accountant or CPA, so this is not financial advice. So, and also do your own due diligence, okay, your own research, but also understand that in any kind of investing, there's always risk associated, so do not invest more than you can afford to lose. So, the first thing I want to do, what I want to do is share my screen. Let's get to that spreadsheet, that green button. So I'm going to the screen button, yeah. So here's the spreadsheet I've been updating. For those of you who watch these updates, you know the drill. For those of you who are new, there are 3 columns: altcoin, Bitcoin, and totals column. And the green and red is when it's moved forward over the last day. Red is when it's moved backward over the last day. So you can see there's a lot of forwards and backwards. Earlier on, you can see here, there are a lot more runs, consistent runs of green, as you can see here. Like this one here, this was kind of like 9 days, consistent run of green, and so on and so forth. But that's late, and then we started kind of, we had another run here. Then it, started to tighten up a little bit, and then you can get, but forward, backward. So maybe about 5-6 days, and then we are here. We are where we are at the moment. The last 3 days it's gone backwards. We're on the 27th of August. I get the figures from this page here, and comes in through a live feed into an asset group, and the final figures are here. So this portfolio consists of one whole Bitcoin and an assortment selection of specially selected research alternative coins or altcoins. This is the total figures. This is on the left hand side is in US dollars, and on the right hand side, same portfolio, but it's just in Great British pounds. And this is the percentage split. As you can see, I put majority of my money into altcoins. So the figure I want here is 163,324 and 4. So let's get that. That's what's straight. And I forgot that. What's it called? 163,324.04. 163,324.04, I think. Let's see. Yep, that is correct. Let's bring that down and see. Oh, it looks like we've gone up. So that's gone up $4,000. $4,973. And then okay, so the new one, what I'm doing now, the top figure, 211,501 and 18. 211,501.18. Let's get that shit correct. So that is also up on yesterday. So that one can go green as well. $6,131 on yesterday. That must mean Bitcoin is also up on this figure. Yep, it is $1,157. And so that's that. Great. So that's the update done for today. What do I want to talk about? I saw this actually. I saw these. This came across this website that just showed That was my phone. Anyway, this website that showed, where is it? It showed public companies that own Bitcoin. And just to let you know, there's a lot of, let's just share the screen again. This site here, shows a lot of companies that own Bitcoin now, and the percentage of the market that they own. Just at the top here, we've got MicroStrategy. They own 105,000 Bitcoin. That's equivalent to 4.9 billion at the moment. Second public company is Tesla, and they own 42,900 Bitcoin, which is about just over 2 billion worth. Galaxy Digital Holdings, they own 16,000. Voyager Digital, they own 12,260. Square, that's Jack Dorsey, they own 8,027. Marathon Digital, they own 5,700. So, and this is millions, 378 million plus 272 million worth. Coinbase themselves, they own 4,000, it's about 211 million worth of Bitcoin. And so Riot Blockchain, all these companies, Bit Digital, Metu, Chinese company, they've got 44 million worth. So it's pretty interesting to know that these companies are stacking up on Bitcoin, right? They got hundreds, tens of millions, even hundreds of millions, even billions worth of Bitcoin. I mean, billions, I think, up to this figure here. These guys have got billions. These guys are hundreds of millions of Bitcoin, and tens of millions. Lots of companies own tens of millions of Bitcoin. That all equates to about $10 billion worth of Bitcoin held by public companies. $10 billion of Bitcoin, that's quite a lot of Bitcoin, with Michael Saylor having a good lion's share of that, which only equates to about 1% of the total Bitcoin. That's the interesting thing. The interesting thing is, although all these guys, or should I say companies, have got huge amounts of Bitcoin, the percentage of the whole, even though Bitcoin is has not been completely distributed yet, we're only at like 18.6 million or so. So, by the year 1999, by the year 2035, 99% of Bitcoin would have been mined. But the amount that's been mined so far is quite a lot, and yet these guys only have about 1%. So the other 99% or 98 point something percent, is still being held by a lot of retail investors. These guys have a lot of Bitcoin, but they still only have a small amount. They've got a long way to go. And when these people see what Bitcoin's going to do over the next few years, they're going to gravitate, more companies are going to come in and they're going to gravitate towards it, a little bit more of it. Countries like Bulgaria, these are companies that have declared it, obviously. Take it one step at a time. Bulgaria, they've got like 10 billion worth. Ukraine government declaring they've got like, and this is not complete because we know that El Salvador and so on and have accumulated Bitcoin. But there's about 12 billion here. So that's quite a lot for these Eastern European countries. They've got more than the companies. That's an interesting figure here. The 1.237%. In other words, even just Bulgaria have got more than all the companies put together. Or well, not quite, almost about the same, just a little bit less. And then private companies that own, Block One. These are people who have done their filings. Maybe there may be some that don't want to mention it. there's 6 billion here, for 8 billion, 800 million, 471 million. Like this foundation, this Swiss company, 89 million worth. Okay, and ETF, the ETF markets that own Bitcoin, Grayscale, coin share, they've got the highest, $30 billion worth of Bitcoin. That's 3% of the whole, we're talking about of this 21 million, it's 3.11%, 3.117% of this this amount of Bitcoin. That's 600,000 Bitcoins. So these see great. So we've got Grayscale here, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, and we've got another Grayscale Digital Large Cap Funds. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, there's another 346 million here. Some of these companies I've never heard of, but it's quite interesting. That's another 3 point. The majority of this group, majority is owned by the ETFs that own Bitcoin. Now these people use this to trade, and people trade Bitcoin, so they don't invest in Bitcoin directly. They invest in a derivative of Bitcoin, like known as an ETF, exchange trade funds. So institutional money, big business money is moving in to Bitcoin. It's moving into Bitcoin. As it says here, ETFs have majority of it, countries, then public companies, then private companies, then obviously individuals. But they're moving into Bitcoin. They're moving into Bitcoin at 7%. Okay, this figure is going to change dramatically over the next 5 years, even the next, I would say, 2 years. If you want to see when they see what Bitcoin is going to do, this figure will, I don't know what to say, but it's going to be much higher. I have no idea what it's going to be, but it's going to be a lot higher. And so it's exciting to be, these guys are investing in Bitcoin. They have 7% of the market, of the total market. Maybe they could double that or quadruple that, but we shall see. That's a lot of money coming into this cryptocurrency space. Billions and billions. That's basically, we're talking about 69 billion, 500 and whatever this figure is, 599,705,779. Right? And so, and this is, there's obviously some figures and companies that have been missed out, but so we talk about around 70 billion dollars of money being put, by ETFs, countries, public companies, and private companies. And we're not talking about, other companies. There are a lot of companies here that are not mentioned here. Because I know a few here that are not mentioned. Those that want to do their filing, I guess, and maybe they haven't filed yet. So there's probably a lot more that have significant amounts, and more will be coming. But if this list doubled or tripled, what you want to think of is let's just have this here. What you want to think of is getting in to Bitcoin before more of the big players come in. Because okay, 70 billion, a lot of money. There could be another 70 billion, following this. You need to get in and position yourself before the next 70 billion comes in, because the next 70 billion will push you up. Okay, so you need to get in now and position yourself so that because there's a great saying that says everyone buys Bitcoin at the price they deserve. Everyone buys Bitcoin at the price they deserve, which is a great saying. I didn't make that up, but it came from a great speaker. But a great CEO actually. But it's very true. And there are people who are holding off and waiting and waiting and waiting, and they're going to end up buying Bitcoin for 100,000 or buying Bitcoin for 150,000 or 200,000. At 40, 50,000, it's a bargain at the moment, at the time of this recording. But these prices won't be like this forever. So, it's important to get yourself positioned for wealth. And we're talking about that. The first step you really want to take is getting your mindset in gear. And what I want to do is share with you, where's my website gone? Okay. Get to this website. Also, my screen's not sharing. Let's share that screen. Come to this here website, IamWealthyandRich.com. IamWealthyandRich.com. How to understand the game of money and play it well. See, these guys, these companies and CEOs and so on, even though they're very conservative, they have to make, they have to go through a lot of different decision makers before the final decision is made. Okay, but they're starting to understand the game of money, and you need to learn how to understand the game of money and play it well, or should be left behind. So when you're on this website, IamWealthyandRich.com, scroll down to this form here on the right-hand side. Get your millionaire mindset and investment strategy. This will give you the mindset to attract wealth. And also, so if you're thinking, well, I don't have any money, well, then you need this more than ever. And if you think you have money or you have enough money, great. You want more money, great. You need to do this as well. Then get your investment strategy. It will teach you financial discipline. Okay, financial investment discipline. And once you've applied that, what you want to then do is then go to email us, and then I'll send you an information on our altcoin strategy. But you got to get this under your belt first, or at least start on the path, and then send us an email, and we'll get you more information on the altcoin strategy. Okay, so IamWealthyandRich.com. I'm wealthy and rich is something you need to say to yourself. It's not about me saying it to myself, it's about you saying it to yourself. That helps you. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this video, and I appreciate you watching it. Thanks very much for your time and attention, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye for now.